Alright guys, so right now I got this is the 50-week one, and I decided that I'm going to do also break the every 5 weeks rule and do a special 1 year one at 52 weeks. And I hope to have a lot more done by then because I'm gonna try to focus extra hard. I've been busy with a bunch of other stuff recently, but I'm gonna try to focus extra hard on it for the coming weeks. Also, I just got a medication for ADHD, so I just got diagnosed and also the medication for it. So maybe maybe that will help me be able to get more done. Anyway, I know this isn't really much to look at, but this is a sign. The chest ahead contains an item that you may keep and put in your bag. I do not need it anymore. So that's basically just to test, like, the new text box, um, the way that the way that it like fades between them and stuff. And here's a chest. I haven't decided what the look for the chest is gonna be completely yet. Right now it's looks like that, but honestly I want to make it a little more colorful, but at the same time it's hard to make it look more colorful without it looking tacky. But maybe it will just look a little out of place because that will get people's attention, but also the white gets people's attention anyway. I decided like stuff like chests will have the same sort of difference as the same differences as so anyway. You're gonna be able to fall down that little hole on the side where it looks like it's just spikes, but there's a little hole, and you'll be able to go and then break this wall over here, and you'll go into that part. And that part I have to leave because right now since I can't break the wall, it's just a soft lock. But obviously you're gonna be able to break that wall. That's something I'm probably gonna be able to do within the next 2 weeks, is breaking walls. Don't really know how I'm gonna go about that because honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna go about that because because there is going to be a buddy that does bombs that lets you throw out bombs. It's gonna be like look like halfway between a frogfish and a pufferfish kind of. I think I've shown the design concept already on one of the unlisted streams, but anyway, is going to be a way to break walls, and that'll let you break more stuff. But also, I think I want to be able to like set up like more simple walls, like more simple breakable walls that are just easy, that you can just break by just shooting at. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe you'll just be able to like press a button, or I don't know. See, that's the thing. I'm considering adding a melee attack just for that, but and then also it would work on enemies and stuff too. But I don't really want to do melee attacks because I don't want the people to start relying on them too much, since I want the main gameplay to be built around this. But yeah, no, I've edited down here. The background is still completely all over the place, but started coming up with a little bit of platforming that down here will have. This is not part of the actual, well, I don't know. This is not the path to the boss, the first boss. The first boss is just keep going straight in the room above. But I might make it necessary to go down here and get something to continue going forward. I don't know. Right now I'm really feeling like this will just be to find an item, like a patch or something, but which is this game's equivalent to like badges in Paper Mario. Oh crap, I forgot to adjust the collision here. But anyway, yeah, so, and then, this is where it gets, you're in the void. Here's this area again. Still one of my favorite areas, but I have worked on some more concepts for, I don't know if it's just the recording. On OBS, it looks like really like glitchy and framey, but it doesn't look like that when I'm actually playing the game. So if it looks like that on the recording, just know the game doesn't actually look like that. The game is smooth, at least as much as I can make it be. I just made sure to try to make everything act smoothly. I have optimized a lot of the effects since last public devlog. I've optimized the bubbles so that they they disappear on my. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Just make it so that they only last a couple seconds and disappear, and then they only spawn on the screen. Before, I was doing something really dumb. I was having them spawn all across the whole map while you're there, and then having it so they just stay there until they're literally like off the map, which is makes it so that you can have a lot less bubbles in the game without the it wasn't really much of a shade, like it wasn't like a shader problem or anything, and that was a CPU problem, because it was like having to keep track of where all the positions were, and it made it so you could barely see any bubbles because most of them were off screen. But now it just spawns them on screen, and then they fade in and out, and it looks a lot nicer that way, and then you can have a lot more bubbles. Well, yeah, this is still probably one of my favorite enemy designs. Is the but yeah, no, did I show this in the last public devlog, the updated camera? I think I did, but yeah. So now you can just click on it. And you can just click on the camera. Just click on the camera, and also I don't know if I showed this. I'm pretty sure I did. Now Splash will do a pose if you take a picture of himself instead of just holding a camera. I love that. He's such a special good dude. Look at him. So cool. Yeah, no, and I've got maybe I should, since it is 50 weeks, that's pretty special even though it's not a year yet. Maybe I'll also switch over to face cam for a little bit to show some of the concept art I've been working on. But yeah, no, I'm hoping that I can end the year being confident that I've generally got all the groundwork done for starting to work on all the content, because the groundwork is probably the hardest part. After that, it's just adding content, just making adding all the new characters, all the boss battles, and all the stuff like that. But so once I can lay down just the simple like stuff like this, being able to fade between layers and being able to change the music dynamically to, like, if you haven't noticed, it lines up perfectly, right? Wait, you can hear. I always like when games have music like that actually, like, not just like fades between songs, but like the songs actually go together, and so it sounds like it's a natural. But it's also, yeah, this game's also gonna have a lot. I think the Paper Mario inspiration isn't as obvious yet. I think it'll be a lot more obvious with stuff. The Super Paper Mario inspiration specifically, it'll be more obvious with stuff like character interactions and stuff, because one of the, I mean, obviously by a lot of people would say it's a really strong point, and I mean, I guess I could agree that it's a good thing in its own right. But one of the things I didn't personally like prefer about Hollow Knight was just how, like, most of the character interaction just felt so serious. Like, even the funniest characters were still kind of like, it still kind of felt like reading a joke in like, you know, in like a super serious, like, Shakespeare poem or something, like. And I get that was the vibe they were going for, but I'm just saying, like, it's in this game, like, the characters, if a moment's meant to, if it's supposed to be funny, it's gonna be a lot more goofy about it. I'm willing to go more goofy with this game while still having general seriousness to the atmosphere, but I mean, basically in pretty much every way, the game's planned to just be like halfway between Hollow Knight and Super Paper Mario, and like a little bit of maybe like, I don't know, a little bit of some other games I like in there as well. You could argue that the shooting makes it like a little bit like shooting in boss battles and stuff make it a little bit like I don't know, Cuphead or something. I'm trying to think of one that I've played. I know it's definitely um like maybe Metroid or something. I haven't really played Metroid though. So all the games I've played that have shooting and platforming, I guess it is fighting games. I don't know. But yeah, so it's not like, obviously it's not like exactly in between. There's a lot of other differences, but I just mean generally, those are my two favorite games. So naturally, I'm going to end up making something that's similar to both of them. And that's something I think people in the gaming industry now, I feel like some people are too obsessed with being unique that they end up not actually making what they want to make. And that's like, I don't plan on getting any sort of success with this. I'm still, even now that I'm a year in, I still plan on making this game free when I release it, even though it's gonna be many years of my life spent on, just because I don't expect it to do well. And if it does, then like, you know, if I want to make money off it, I'll make merchandise, because I mean, who wouldn't want to buy a plushie of this guy? I know I would buy 10 of my own plushies. But anyway, no, so yeah, I don't personally care too much about it getting a lot of success, so I can understand if you are, but that wanting to be more unique. But I'd rather make the game just the way I want to make it, not worry about how unique it is. I used to, right at the early conception of the game, I was worried, like, what if I make it? What I can't have anything that's like badges or charms in the game, because both Paper Mario and Hollow Knight have those, and it's gonna seem like I'm ripping off those games, because if I put my own patches in the game, then it's gonna look like that, and it's like, well, who cares? It makes the game more interesting. It's a fun mechanic, so whatever. The one mechanic that I don't know if I've ever seen, is having it so that I've seen games with a camera, but I think the one thing that's unique about Cephalopostle is being able to take a picture and have that be your journal for that entry, for that thing. That's something I really like the idea of. I don't know if someone's already done it, but it makes it feel like you're, like, yeah. It incentivizes a feeling of, like, exploring the ocean, I guess, for no lack of better example. And so rather than being like Hollow Knight or something where it's about, like, killing all the enemies and getting that, it's like, no, you're taking pictures, you're chilling out underwater, and you don't kill any of them. I feel like I've said that plenty of times. Splash does not kill anyone ever, because he's just a little squid boy. He doesn't know no evil, and so they're all breathing, and they all wake up as soon as I leave the room, so it's okay. And the Kako you collect, the calcium carbonate, as I call it affectionately, is just like little tiny natural chips of their shell, no different from hair for us. It's like if hair was gold in real life. It's like if everyone's hair was something valuable and had use. Anyway, I need to fix up this room. But yeah, so that's why you see all those white, all this like white stuff. That's like the hard, shell-like stuff. That's all made of Kako, calcium carbonate. It's all made of the stuff you collect, and that's why that stuff has value. It's not like rare; it's just useful, so it has value because it's useful. That's the lore behind the Kako, and that's also the lore behind why all the characters, like with clothes and stuff, they have a sort of that white stuff in the shell look to them and stuff is because all that stuff's being crafted and dyed out of calcium carbonate, because it's the ocean. Where are they gonna get fabrics and stuff? And so I thought, like, what if all the stuff, what if most of it's just shells? And that's where that came from. Not every character's wearing a shell. Some characters have more cloth-like stuff, like Fiorello is wearing a little cloth-like thing, but they're from but he's from the Frozen Fathoms, where they have some fabric made out of the sheddings of, like, all the furry creatures that live in the Arctic, and that's what those characters are all going to be inspired by. Now I'm just going over a bunch of the lore, but yeah, no. So, but generally, calcium carbonate is really big in this world, and but yeah, so. I mean, sometimes it doesn't all make sense. Like, why is a fish dropping calcium carbonate? Like, the only thing they would have that is, like, their bones or something, and obviously that's not what it is, because they're completely fine. But, it's that part you're just going to have to suspend disbelief on. I can't make everything check out on a logical level. Some of it's just like, yeah, the fish drops calcium carbonate too, whatever. But yeah, so that's all fun. Do I got coral chunk off meandroped. A meandroped is the coral caverns version of spongoped. Every area is gonna have their own version of spongoped, just because why not? That's a fun little thing to do. It's all just gonna be the same. They're all gonna be the same situation. It's gonna be a beast, and that beast is like a type of fish, and it's hiding inside something, and it's a sponge, a chunk of coral, and all that stuff. I still see on the OBS screen it seems to glitch a lot, so I don't know. Maybe I need to get better settings for OBS or something. But yeah, I need to fix that. Also, I don't know what this is gonna be yet. Originally, you clicked on this to pick patches, but then I decided to just make it so you can click on this. Because originally you couldn't click on anything on that side of the screen. You would just click these 6, and this was going to be equipping the patches. But I realized it'd make more sense to be able to just click on this. And so Splash is just nothing right now. I think Splash will be like information. That makes sense. Like how far you are into how like completed you are, and like just that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff that would appear on like a Pokemon games, like trainer card or something. Just general information about your progress in the game. What was it? Oh, yeah, map. I need to work on the map. The map is probably the next thing, but the other thing is I don't really know for sure if I want to work on the map until. I'm considering just not doing any map until late, like late into production, because part of me thinks it would make a lot more sense to just make the map when I actually have all the rooms done, and then not even like add the feature until then, because I don't really see why I would need to do anything like make the rooms compatible for it. I just need to add that system, and so it's not like perfecting something like Splash's jumping mechanics, which obviously the rooms need to be built around that, but like they don't need to be built around the concept of there being a map, other than the fact that it needs to make sense. But I've already got the general layout for the whole map, so I'll just follow that when I'm making the stages. Anyway, I think we're gonna turn on the camera here, and I'm just gonna show off some of the. The camera broke. Why'd that happen? Camera. Hey. I don't know why the camera doesn't. Oh, there it is. Hi. We're back. My voice is killing me. Okay, so I've got. This is the current concept for the shopkeeper on the left of Wormwave. This is a fiddler crab, and I wanted it to be so that once you bought all the items, he'd join Wormwave, and he'd be in like the little band group house. He'd play the violin because, or alternatively, I could hype up him playing an instrument and throughout every time you talk to him or something, and then have it turn out to just be like a horn or something, and it's like completely unrelated to being a fiddler crab. That'd be funny. Got the janitor. He's ignore the sands. That's just me having a good time. Oh, there's a profile of Duncan right there. I don't know if I've actually, oh, no, I did do the profile him once. And then there he is up there again with a more, direct face. There's just a bunch of faces right over here. Zyrum, Fiorello over here, Zinnia, Duncan, Splash, Nyman, and then the janitor. I also have a whole book of, oh, here's a way better one of Zyrum right there. On the very edge right there. There's Fiorello, there's more janitor. Yeah, ignore all the... Oh, some buddies. There's the one I talked about earlier. There's the one that's gonna spit out bombs. There's the bomb's gonna look like it's gonna look like a mine, because not the underwater mines. Ignore the Goomba. There's the vampire squid. A jellyfish. I'm still debating whether it's gonna be a jellyfish. I think that this one it's gonna be like a platform, and I'm thinking I might make it like a manta ray or something, like a tiny little ray creature instead, because that would make more sense to step on than a jellyfish. It's gonna be something that will like swim under you when you press the buddy button. There's Splash right there. I'm losing my voice. I did a lot of singing today. There's Splash. He's lifting weights. He's gonna get jacked. There is Anamortis. This is the first boss right there. I'll pull up the whole page for him. Now my desk, it's just a bunch of papers, like a bunch of papers. I have like everything from like the characters like lineage of family, like Zyrum's family tree, and just a bunch of stuff that like probably won't even make in the game. Just a bunch of lore stuff that isn't even like that important to making the game right now. Yeah. No. Here is the book I was talking about. You can tell it's super fancy. It's spiral bound even. There's an earlier version of Fiorello. He was gonna have glasses because self-insert. He's basically my self-insert. And Zinnia is basically the insert of my ideal girlfriend. So there's some backstory behind that. Here is the pages of all, like, these are like character sheets of all the characters in the game, information and stuff. I'm gonna skip ahead. I don't want to accidentally reveal some lore that I don't want to reveal yet, or something that's not actually final. There's a janitor. No, but here it is. First boss. This is what I want to work on. Hopefully, be able to get started before the end of this next 2 weeks, so I can show it in the. There's some of the attacks. It's gonna pull in, then shoot out a bunch of peculiars. And this one's gonna bounce. See, you can see it goes down and bounce up. And here's what he looks like. He's grumpy little fella. Still beast like the like the anemones. For those of you who haven't seen me talk about this 100 times, there's beasts are the animal-like characters in the game, and sentients are the animals who are human-like in the game. So you have sentients and beasts. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, so there's that. I could go through and show more papers. Maybe I'll do that on the 52-week. I want to do a 52-week video. But yeah, no. That's about all. I can't think of anything else I had that I'd want to show. But yeah, here's our little buddy. He's taking a nap.